wish you luck.
I don't need luck. I've got God and history on my side. What do I need luck for?
You are a difficult person.
I'm in warrior mode. You might like me better if I weren't in warrior mode, but this is the way I have to be, here, today, doing what I do. I don't expect you to understand.
What do you mean? You don't know me. I'm just another number to you, a demographic.
Whose fault is that? I come to you, a black man looking for ammunition to fight a good fight, and you barely give me the time of day. You've buried yourself so far down, all you can think about are the roles you play. I'm a good father, I'm a good employee, I'm a good citizen.
There's worse things to be.
There's better things to be, too. What the hell made you like this? I apologize. I'm sorry. I guess I'm nervous.
That's hard to believe.
I've never done this before. Argued in front of the Supreme Court.
You certainly implied otherwise.
I apologized for being snappish. I confided in you, and now you want to argue about it?
Miss Knox, you're up next.
Yes, thank you.
Zola. I was in high school.
What? You're gonna confide in me now? Before I have to go in to address the state Supreme Court?
My uncle worked at a used car lot. He let me drive a Buick for a date. Now, this was a fine girl, somebody I had big feelings for. Naturally, I got pulled over. White cops. They ruined the car looking for drugs, made me take off my pants, humiliated me in front of my date. You need details?
I know the details.
I decided right then to carry myself in a manner which would not allow for humiliation.
You became invisible.
That's not how I see it.
Miss Knox, justices are ready for you.
Go be a part of history. You gotta know I mean it when I say good luck.
Thank you.
Call me.
Okay, thanks. Your turn, Miss Callahan.
Okay, so I'm here.
Thank you for coming, Tina. Do you need something to drink?
No, is this gonna take long? Because my Gramps is waiting for me at home.
How's your back?
Fine. Doesn't hurt.
Well, I'm sure that's not true. Having a cane broken over your back must be quite painful.
He didn't break it over my back. I broke it. Later. I stuck it between the refrigerator and the wall, and I kicked it.
Why did he strike you? Your grandfather is a pretty tough old man.
Used to be a boxer in the Navy. There's no way I could hurt him. Not really.
Have you tried to hurt him?
There's yelling.
That's all. Yelling. Yelling is one thing. But if
we get into it sometimes, I guess. Irish, you know?
I'll tell you what I think. I think that it's very hard work taking care of an old person, even for an adult. And it's not fair for a 15-year-old girl to have to do it.
I love him.
Of course you do.
Mostly we take care of each other. It's just that sometimes
families can be complicated sometimes.
Don't look like a doctor.
You look like a salesman.
Has the interview started?
I'm interested to know why St. Michael's was your last choice.
Honestly, you're underfunded. No matter what my specialty, you'd have me doing everything all the time. You have a reputation for getting very low-level applicants. The hospital may not be in existence another year, and most of your equipment wouldn't pass muster in downtown Russia.
What do you think is wrong with this?
Is that a trick question? Oh, I'd say frostbite, stasis ulcer, and some kind of secondary infection.
How would you treat it?
First, I'd wash it.
Not get a nurse to do it?
No, I'd wash it myself, get a good look, send out some labs. Looks like there's some dead tissue that needs debriding. Maybe an ultrasound to rule out a blood clot.
Sounds good to me.
Have you ever had your ass removed from a sling by a nurse?
My first year of residency, I had a nurse prevent me from sending a man into insulin shock, which counts, I suppose, as having my ass removed from a sling. Of course, she was sleeping with me at the time, so she owed me. That probably wouldn't be an issue with you, but who knows, right? Are you gonna ask me any real questions?
How would you treat intestinal pinworm?
I believe it's treatable with pyrantyl pamoate. Are you gonna ask me any real questions that aren't nauseating? Because my specialty is neurosurgery.
Antibiotic ointment, light gauze, vancomycin, IV drip. Take him upstairs.
I like you. You're jaunty.
You be good, Gus.
Is this for real?
I have a few questions about trauma, if you don't mind.
So, how'd it go?
Hard to say. It's not like they applaud or anything. They ask questions, which could be taken as a good sign.
Were you persuasive?
I'm always persuasive. Whether they were persuaded is another matter. Oh, it's like talking to Mount Rushmore in there.
So how long before they rule?
It could take hours, days, weeks. And tell you what, I'll give you a call.
You'll call me?
Do you want me to call you?
If you want to call me, yeah. I like it if you call me.
I took your advice. I went with emotion, so if this all turns to crap, it'll be your fault.
I was on the phone talking to my friend Candace, and I heard a thump from upstairs, so I hung up. I went upstairs, and it was...
Take your time.
The baby was lying on the carpet next to the crib, and it wasn't breathing. But I know CPR, but it didn't work. So I called 911. Then I went back upstairs, and I did CPR until the ambulance came.
Miss Landers, did you ever shake Franny?
No, I never did that. Never.
Thank you. Your Honor?
Cross, Miss Patterson.
So how long were you on the phone with your friend Candace?
I don't know. Maybe 10 minutes.
What do you make of Candace Gallagher's contention that she heard Francis crying right before you hung up?
Objection, Your Honor. Candace Gallagher said she might have heard a baby crying.
I'll allow it.
No, there was no crying, just the thump.
Well, Candace said that she heard crying. And then you uttered a profanity. And then you said, and I quote, "There it goes again. I'm going crazy." Then you hung up.
But I didn't mean anything by that.
Let's talk about what really happened that night, Lynette. You were on the phone with your friend. Frances started crying.
No.
She wouldn't stop crying, so you interrupted your phone call and you went upstairs and you shook her to make her stop, didn't you?
Your Honor.
And then you realized that you'd gone too far, so you called 911 in a panic, but by then it was too late, wasn't it?
Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Patterson, that's enough.
Yes, Your Honor, no more questions.
Well, I have some. Did you like Franny Stimson?
What do you mean?
You babysat for her a few times. What was she like?
Like, nothing. A baby.
I'm interested because you keep referring to Franny as it, not by name or her.
I guess because after she was dead, it was like It wasn't like a person.
How did it feel to see her lying on the ground, not breathing?
How do you think I felt? I was scared. I mean, here's this little baby not breathing. People are gonna think I did something to it. Her. Now, look what happened. Everybody thinks I did something bad. I didn't. I tried to save her. Why are you asking me all these questions? I tried to save her. Isn't that all that matters?
What matters is why Franny needed saving in the first place. Lauren, you cannot stay up until 11 o'clock. Because it's a school night. I know, but... Hey, sweetheart, can we talk about it when I get home?
Yeah, tell Grandma I'm coming home in about 20 minutes, okay? Okay, love you. Bye.
Oh, my God!
Okay. Don't freak out.
Give me my keys or I'm gonna scream.
Please, 2 minutes. 1 minute. I'm picking up your files, okay? That's all. I'm trying to help you here. Look, if I scare you, just press your panic button. Someone will come. Here. Do you remember why you put me in jail? It was because I set fires. Remember? In court. I watched you. When they talked about the fires, I could see you were sad. Like I disappointed you. You looked into my eyes when you spoke to me. We had a connection. I could see that you really cared about what happened to me. I'm reluctant to give up on Jason Lodell. He's been abandoned by his parents, by the foster system, by everyone who's ever borne any responsibility to him. He's a victim, and he deserves